My wife went to a wedding alone. The next day, I noticed a love bite on her neck. Bug bite, she lied. So I waited. Her friend posted a group photo from that night. And there she was, dancing too close to a man I didn't recognize. That evening, I pulled up the picture and simply asked, "Is this the bug?" She nearly dropped her wine glass. My name's Mark. I'm 39. Been married to Rachel for 12 years. No kids, but we've built a life together. We live in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. We've had our ups and downs, like any couple, but nothing major. Or so I thought. About 3 weeks ago, Rachel went to her cousin's wedding. It was in Milwaukee. I couldn't go because of a big project at work. It wasn't a huge deal. We've both done things separately before. We've always had trust. She left on a Friday morning, came back Sunday afternoon. The wedding was Saturday night. She said it was nice. Said it was a little wild. You know how cousins get at open bar weddings, she joked. I laughed. Thought nothing of it. Then, Monday morning, something weird happened. We were in the kitchen. I was making coffee, and she was standing by the fridge, yawning. She had her hair pulled to the side. That's when I saw it. A dark purple mark. Low on her neck, just above her collarbone. I stared at it for a second. "What's that?" I asked. She instinctively put her hand over it, then tried to act casual. "Oh, a bug bite or something. I noticed it yesterday. Must have gotten it at the park near the venue." I didn't say anything else. Just nodded. But the alarm bells were already ringing in my head. First of all, it didn't look like a bug bite. I'm not an expert, but it looked exactly like a hickey. The size, the color, the placement. A bug bite there? That specific spot. I didn't press. I didn't argue. Just let it go. I figured if there was something going on, it would come out eventually. So I waited. About 4 days later, I was on Facebook. I don't use it much, mostly to keep up with friends and family. That day, I was scrolling aimlessly during my lunch break at work. That's when I saw it. Rachel's friend, Lisa, had posted photos from the wedding. A whole album of them. Most of them were standard group shots, people laughing, holding drinks, dancing. But one photo stood out. In the background, not even the focus of the picture, was Rachel. She was dancing with some guy I didn't recognize. Not just dancing. They were close. Way too close. His hands were on her waist, and her arms were around his neck. Her head was tilted back, laughing. His face was almost buried in her neck. I stared at that photo for a long time. I screenshotted it. Saved it. Didn't confront her immediately. I waited again. I wanted the right moment. That night, we were sitting on the couch. She had a glass of wine, and we were watching a show. I paused it mid-episode and pulled out my phone. I showed her the picture. Didn't say anything at first. Just let her look. After a moment, I asked, "Is this the bug?" She froze. She stared at the photo. Her hand started to tremble slightly. She looked at me, then back at the screen. "Mark, I can explain. That's how it started. And from there, everything's been slowly falling apart." She swore it was nothing. Said the guy was just a friend of the bride's. Said they were dancing, and maybe they got too close, but nothing happened. Swore on her life. I asked her again about the mark. She said, "Okay, maybe it was a hickey, but it wasn't what you think. We were drunk, and it was a stupid moment." I asked if she kissed him. She hesitated, then nodded. Said it was just one kiss. Said she regretted it instantly. Said she didn't tell me because she knew it was dumb and meaningless. But it doesn't feel meaningless to me. 12 years of marriage. Trust. Loyalty. And she let some random guy suck on her neck at a wedding she went to alone? What hurts more is that I wouldn't have known. She would have never told me if I hadn't seen that photo. That's what's messing me up. It's not just the kiss. It's the lie. The cover-up. The way she looked me in the eye and said, "Bug bite." We've been distant since. I can't sleep. She tries to act normal, but I can't even look at her without seeing that picture in my head. That guy's face near her neck. Her laughing. Her hands on him. We haven't talked about it again since that night. She said she was sorry. Said it meant nothing. Said she still loves me. But I don't know what to believe anymore. I've been replaying everything over and over. Did I miss signs? Has this happened before? Is there more she's not telling me? Part of me wants to grab her phone and go through every message, every app. But I haven't. Not yet. And the worst part? I still love her. I don't know what to do. We've built a life. A home. I can't just throw that away. But every time I think about what happened, I feel sick. This isn't a movie. There's no dramatic music or clear-cut decisions. Just quiet confusion. A growing void. I don't even know why I'm posting this. Maybe I just needed to get it out. Maybe I need someone to tell me I'm not crazy for feeling this way. That picture, it broke something in me. And I don't know if it can be fixed. It's been 2 weeks since I showed her the photo. We've been pretending to live like things are normal, but it's not. I can't unsee it. Can't unhear her saying, maybe it was a hickey. Maybe. Every time I hear her phone buzz, something in my chest tightens. I don't say anything. I haven't touched her phone, but the thought eats at me. Then something happened that pushed me further. She left her phone on the kitchen counter one night when she went upstairs to take a shower. I swear, I didn't plan to look. I didn't even move at first. But it buzzed. And buzzed again. 2 messages popped up from a name I didn't recognize. D. That was it. Just D. First message said, "You okay? Been thinking about you." Second one, "Can't stop picturing you in that red dress." I stood there staring at the screen like it was on fire. I didn't unlock it. Didn't need to. I took a photo of the screen with my phone. Then I walked into the hallway and sat at the bottom of the stairs. She came down a few minutes later in pajamas, towel on her head. She smiled like nothing happened. I didn't smile back. Held up my phone. Showed her the photo. "Who's D?" I asked. She froze again, just like with the wedding photo. Her face dropped. Her mouth opened a little, like she was searching for air. Then she said it. "His name is Daniel. He's the guy from the wedding." Boom. I asked, "You've been talking to him?" She nodded, slowly. "Just texting. That's all. I didn't see him again." I swear. That didn't help. That made it worse. Because it meant the wedding wasn't a one-night mistake. It meant she carried it with her. Kept talking to him. Lied to me every day. I asked her why. She said she didn't know. Said she felt like she'd lost herself. Said she felt seen for the first time in years. That he made her feel alive. That one word stuck in my head. Alive. What does that make me? Dead? She cried. Said she was sorry. Said she wanted to fix things. Said she'd block him. Go to therapy. Do anything. But then another twist hit me like a truck. I found out she wasn't staying at the cousin's house the whole time like she said. Her cousin posted a story that weekend tagging a hotel, the Kimpton in downtown Milwaukee. I asked Rachel about it. She admitted she got a room. Alone, she said. Needed space. But now I don't know what to believe. Did she stay there with him? Did they meet up the next day? Did something more happen? The photo. The hickey. The texts. The hotel. One after another. Every time she tells me part of the truth, there's another lie waiting behind it. And here's the worst part. I haven't told her what I've done. A week after that confrontation, I drove to Milwaukee. I needed answers. I needed to know who this Daniel guy was. I went to the wedding venue's website. Looked through tagged photos on Instagram. Found the wedding planner's page. Found a post that tagged a bunch of people. Found him. Daniel C., photographer. He'd shot weddings in the area. I clicked his profile. And there he was. Same guy. Same face. Same arms around my wife. I messaged him. I didn't threaten. I didn't rage. I just asked, did something happen between you and Rachel? I'm her husband. He didn't answer for 2 days. When he finally did, it was one line. You should ask her about this Sunday morning. That was it. No explanation. Just that. I haven't shown her the message yet. I don't know if I'm ready to hear what she might say. What happened Sunday morning? Why did she get a hotel room alone? Why is this guy still texting her? There are too many cracks now. Too many shadows. I walk through my house and everything feels off. Her laugh sounds hollow. Her touch feels cold. She's trying. I can see it. Making my favorite meals. Leaving notes in my lunch like she used to. But it feels like makeup on a bruise. It's still there underneath. I haven't told anyone. Not my friends. Not my brother. Not even my therapist. I'm scared of saying it out loud. Scared it'll make it all real. But I'm also scared to leave. I still love her. That's the worst part. Love isn't supposed to feel like this. Like waiting for the next hit. Like drowning in silence. I don't know what's next. But I know this story isn't over. 3 days after Daniel sent that message, you should ask her about the Sunday morning. I still hadn't brought it up. I couldn't. I was living in this weird split reality. One part of me still wanted to believe Rachel. Wanted to believe this was just a one-time mistake that got too far. The other part of me? The part that stared at that text at 2 a.m. with a pounding heart? That part knew something was still missing. So, I tried a different approach. That Friday, I told her I had to work late. I didn't. Instead, I drove to my buddy Ray's place on the other side of town and used his laptop. I didn't want anything traceable back to my IP. I made a new email. Burner. Then I messaged Daniel again. I wrote, "What happened Sunday morning? I need the truth. I'm not coming after you. I just need to know what I'm living with." He replied a few hours later. This time, it was longer. She came to the hotel around midnight. She said she needed someone to talk to. We talked. Then we didn't. I didn't know she was married until after. My stomach flipped. I messaged back. "What do you mean, then we didn't?" His reply came instantly. "You know what I mean." I sat there in silence for a long time. I felt like throwing up. That was the piece she never told me. She admitted to a kiss. She admitted to dancing. She admitted to texting. But she never admitted to going to his room. Never said anything about midnight. I went home that night and couldn't even look at her. She noticed. Asked what was wrong. I said I was just tired. That night, I didn't sleep. And in the dark, another crack opened. Around 3 a.m., I got up. Walked into the kitchen for water. Her phone was charging by the microwave. Face down. Locked. I didn't touch it. But as I walked past, I noticed something strange on the counter. A paper receipt. I picked it up. It was from a CVS near the Milwaukee hotel, dated the Sunday after the wedding. One item, Plan B. I stared at that receipt until the sun came up. She bought emergency contraception. So she lied. Again. It wasn't just a stupid kiss. It wasn't just a flirty moment. She slept with him. Then she came home, lied to my face, and stayed texting him, like she was trying to hold on to the feeling. That was the morning she came back and kissed me on the cheek like everything was fine. That's when I lost it. That evening, I confronted her. I showed her the receipt. I asked, very calmly, why? She broke down crying. Said it was a mistake. Said she didn't mean for it to happen. Said she panicked. Said she couldn't handle telling me everything because she knew it would destroy me. Then she admitted something else. Something I didn't expect. "I've been seeing a therapist before the wedding." I blinked. "You what?" She nodded. "I didn't tell you. I didn't want to worry you. I was feeling off, unhappy, lost. I didn't know how to talk to you about it. So instead of talking to me, you slept with a stranger?" "It wasn't like that." I cut her off. "Don't tell me what it wasn't. You bought Plan B. You stayed the night. You came home and lied. Every day since, you've kept lying." She didn't argue. She just cried. Then came the final blow of the night. She whispered, "It wasn't just about Daniel. It could have been anyone." That's the part I'm ashamed of. That hit me harder than everything else. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about connection. It was about her. Needing something. Wanting to feel different. And any warm body in the right moment would have done. That's what crushed me. Because it meant it wasn't personal. But also it was. The next day, I packed a bag and stayed with Ray. I haven't told her what Daniel said. Haven't told her I know about the texts, the hotel, the receipt. I'm holding everything in my hands, like shattered glass. Not sure what pieces go where. Not sure if I want to put any of it back together. But I also can't walk away yet. Because part of me still wants to understand why. Not just what happened, but how we got here. Why I didn't see it coming. Why she let it go that far. Why I still want answers. I haven't filed for anything. Haven't told my parents. Haven't even told my boss why I've been late, quiet, distracted. I just keep thinking about that photo. The way she laughed. The way his hands rested so easily on her hips. The way she didn't push him away. This story isn't over. And I still don't know what's coming next. But whatever it is, I'm not sure I'll recognize myself on the other side. After a few nights at Ray's place, I went back home. Not because I was ready, but because I needed answers. Rachel looked relieved when I walked in. She smiled like she thought maybe I was back for good. But I wasn't. I told her to sit down at the kitchen table. "I have one question left," I said, flat. "Answer it honestly. Right now. No more games." She nodded slowly. I took a deep breath. "What happened Sunday morning?" "At the hotel." She looked down. Didn't speak. I waited. Then I said it louder. "He told me you were there. You spent the night." "I found the receipt, Rachel." Her face turned ghost white. She didn't cry this time. No denial. No dramatics. She just whispered, "I'm sorry." And then the confession came. Yes, she slept with Daniel. Yes, she lied. She told him she was married after. She said she'd been messaging him for weeks. Not days. She'd been planning to see him again that morning, had even thought about driving back to Milwaukee once the weekend was over. But she panicked, bought Plan B, and ghosted him instead. I didn't know what I was doing, she said. I felt so numb inside. I didn't know how to reach for you. I reached for someone else. That was the moment I broke. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I laughed. Laughed in a cold, broken way that scared both of us. You didn't know how to reach for me? We live in the same house. You sleep in my bed. We share a life. She reached out to touch my arm. I stepped back. You didn't just cheat, I said. You chose someone else. You chose a life without me, even if just for a night. Then came the moment I didn't expect. My brother, Jake, showed up. He'd been texting me all day. I hadn't replied. Rachel had called him, desperate, saying I'd left, and she didn't know where I went. He'd come over to check on things. I didn't stop him from coming in. When he walked in and saw our faces, he immediately understood something was wrong. You told him? He asked Rachel. I froze. Told me what? I said. Rachel stared at him in horror. Jake's face fell. Oh no, he muttered. I thought you already knew. My heart started racing. What are you talking about? I asked again, this time louder. Jake looked between us. Then he dropped the final bomb. Daniel, he's not just a photographer. He's Rachel's ex. Silence. Rachel didn't deny it. She just sat down. Turns out, Daniel wasn't some random stranger from the wedding. He was her college boyfriend. The one before me. The one she'd never really talked much about. They'd reconnected online a few months ago. Had just been talking. She didn't plan to see him at the wedding. But when she found out he was hired as the photographer, she didn't tell me. She said it felt like fate. At that point, I was done. I stood up, walked out the front door without looking back. Jake followed me, tried to talk to me. I told him to leave me alone. I needed air. I needed space. I needed anything but this. That night, I stayed at a cheap motel. Rachel texted me, called me, left voicemails sobbing, said she never stopped loving me, said it was a mistake, said Daniel meant nothing. But she didn't sleep with nothing. She didn't buy Plan B for nothing. She didn't lie for weeks about nothing. In the days that followed, everyone started to find out. Lisa, her friend who posted the photo, called me in tears. Said she felt awful. Said she had no idea. Said Rachel had always seemed like the most loyal wife she knew. My parents found out. They were quiet. Disappointed. My mom cried. My dad didn't say much at all. Rachel's sister called me and said she was ashamed. Said she couldn't believe Rachel would throw away her life for a fling with an ex. She offered to let me stay with her if I needed. Jake kept checking in. He felt guilty. He'd known about Daniel being her ex for a while, but didn't think it mattered. Rachel begged to talk. I agreed to meet her at a neutral spot, a little coffee place we used to go to before everything. She looked rough, tired, eyes red, hands shaking. She said she'd ended all contact with Daniel. Showed me the messages. Said she started therapy again. Said she'd go to couples therapy too. I want to fix this, she said. I looked her in the eyes and said the words I never thought I'd say. I don't. She gasped like I hit her. Tears poured down. She reached for my hand. I let her, but it didn't feel like home anymore. You made your choice, I said. And now I'm making mine. It's been 3 months since that day. I moved into a small apartment downtown. I got a new number, a new routine. I haven't seen Rachel since we signed the divorce papers 2 weeks ago. People ask me if I still love her. And I think, yeah, I do. But not the same way. I love the version of her I thought I knew. Not the one who lied to me. Not the one who reached for someone else instead of me. Not the one who left me in the dark while pretending to kiss me goodnight. But the worst part? Sometimes I miss her anyway. Healing is slow. I've learned betrayal doesn't always come with screams and slammed doors. Sometimes it comes quietly. With a mark on the neck. With a text from someone named D. With a receipt you weren't meant to find. I've also learned this. You can love someone and still walk away. You can forgive, but still know it's over. And you can survive even when your whole life splits in half. So where am I now? I'm not whole yet. But I'm awake. And for now, that's enough.